What's up, guys? Winter Kills here, and welcome back to another post-commentary duel video. So we got some Synchro Fusionist versus Atlanteans. Of course, as usual, I'm piloting Atlanteans there on the left, as you can tell by the mat, and my brother there on the right playing Synchro Fusionist. A little bit of a mix-up. The deck that he just recently got into, and me as well. We both have the deck now pretty much complete. He has it more complete than I do. He currently has 2 Omega, everything in the main deck and extra deck except for just 1 Omega. I'm missing 3 Omega and 2 Formula still. Everything else I have complete, but we're slowly getting there. But as you can see, Power Giants can allow for some cool plays, as well as E-Telly into Librarian. Definitely a good starting play. You want to get that Librarian out as quick as possible to get those draws. Get as much as you can out of each Synchro Summon, especially when you go into something like a Cell Synchron. Very, very good card. I believe he's going to send a Jet Synchron and increase its level by 1, putting it to level 6, giving him that level 1 tuner engrave. And of course, the Cell Synchron's a tuner. You know, what else could you ask for? And he's got Synchro Fusionist in his hand, and he's going to Synchro for 8, get the first Omega on board, draw, and then search his Brilliant Fusion off Synchro Fusionist. The nice thing about Synchro Fusionist, when it's sent to the graveyard for Synchro Summon, you can search Refusion, Instant Fusion, Brilliant Fusion. I believe it's any spell card with the name Fusion in it. I'm not too sure, but it searches you any of those 3 cards, which is pretty damn good enough on its own. There's Seraphinite and Trick Clown coming back, of course, sending 1 Light and 1 Gem Knight, sending Lapis Lazuli over there. You can see the level 1. You could play Garnet, but I think Lazuli is a little bit better, especially if you can bring it back off something like Norden or Baxia. It's a nice level 1 monster. Helps to make more synchro plays. Level 1 stuff in general is usually better, especially like your tuners. Level 1 tuners like Jet Synchron, Recover, and Glow Up Bulb are some of the most important ones, because that with Level Leader they combo off really well. So he's going to summon out Plague by its own effect, and then Synchro itself with the Seraphinite to go into Ancient Fairy Dragon. Ancient Fairy Dragon, if needed, will get him a free special summon of a level 4 lower monster. He's going to not use that, just going to get it off the field. Not really necessary. He'll Synchro with it and Recover for the second Psyframe Lord Omega, knocking 2 cards in my hand, Raigeki and Upstart. I opened up all spells, by the way, so my hand is pretty much garbage as is, and I deserve to lose. I deserve all 5 of my cards in my hand to get freaking looped and just get scooped. Scoop it up next turn, loop and scoop. He's got Refusion, he drew into it. He'll grab back that Nodin paid and life points. It's not really going to matter how much life points he pays, because there will not be a turn for me, really, next turn. There's Trish, getting rid of 1 card permanently. I'm not going to get back that 1-for-1. 1-for-1 being completely dead at the moment. Even though I think I end up drawing Dragoons next turn, it would have been live, but against a field of Trish and Triple Omega, not a whole lot I can do. And there's that Synchro Resonator, which basically, if you control a Synchro monster, you can special summon as a level 1 tuner. So it's going to go very well with that level leader he has there to go for Formula. Formula will allow him to draw 2 cards, combo off of the library. Just an amazing combo. Another level leader, leveling off that Trish to make it 8 to go into Tatsunoko, allowing him to use a Synchro material from hand. It doesn't get much better than this. The combos of the deck are absolutely unbelievable, and that's why I'm such a fan of it. It may be sacky at sometimes, but I mean, other than that, it's just really fun. As you can see, those 3 E-Tellys over there I just picked up as we were playing, because I wanted to start playing the deck really bad. I just picked up those E-Tellys right then and there from a friend, figured why not. And he actually, after this game, my brother ended up picking up a second Omega, just dropped the 35 cash on it right then and there, figured why the hell not. Now he's only 1 Omega away from having everything complete. He didn't end up playing this in the turn. He ended up playing his D2D OCG. We actually let him play with it this week. Nobody really cared about the proxies and said, you know, you don't have to give yourself a loss every round if you're paying to enter the tournament. You can just, play with them or whatever. Doesn't really matter. And he ended up going X1, pretty much undefeated the whole night. Just crushing Pepe. He beat me, and he only lost to Monarchs in the round 1. I believe I have round 1 bye or something like that, but still, He 2-0'd Pepe, and he 2-1'd me. So pretty good night for those DDDs. But the Synchro Fusionist, though, as you can see, I have one card left in hand. He's already done Omega twice. And the way I see it, he's already spun back that Trish. That's how you get 5 cards. You want to use that Baxia play to spin back the Trish. And thanks to Glow Up Bulb and Level Eater, there is the 3rd Omega. All of my cards are gone. I top deck the Dragoons. Instead of scooping, I just run over the Level Eater just so he can bring back all 3 of his Omegas next turn, because I really don't care at this point. 2 Upstarts, I believe, in my hand, and a Raigeki. Raigeki being completely useless because he does have game exactly with all that extra resources in his hand still for next turn. And I believe he used all the cards in his extra deck that turn as well, which is absolutely nuts. The deck, when you make that turn, when you make that play going through Yazi, Baxia, and the whole recycling and the triple Omega, the Tatsunokos, the formulas, you can easily use your entire extra deck in one turn. Absolutely incredible. And for those of you wondering, oh, you just side Max C. No, you do not side Max C against this deck. I mean, I guess you could and just hope they don't have the full combo. But I mean, I guess they could just spam Level Eater and they could pretty much make you deck out. So you have to watch out for that. Yes, drawing 40 cards, drawing your entire deck in a turn, or very close to, is very possible with this deck if you chain that Max C and thought you were cool. They will definitely take that Max C challenge, so I'd watch out. I almost want to see it happen. I almost wanted to see somebody take a Maxi challenge against a fully loaded Synchro Fusionist hand and just watch them draw all those cards. That would be pretty funny. But as you can see, my first turn field is I have to set up with a Bahamut, Teus, Trite field. I've got at least one Mermail in grave, if anything. If, you know, unless he summons Trish, which he could very easily do so. I've got a Twin Twister to combat that Brilliant Fusion to slow him down a little bit. An interesting aspect of Synchro Fusion is you get to hear seeing if the deck actually going second instead of just taking 5 cards of their opponent's hand when they open up really well. You'll get to see the deck actually play offensively, I guess, instead of defensively, I would say, because I say when they go first, it's more defensive plays, trying to prohibit the opponent's plays by getting as many cards out of their hand as possible before they even draw for turn. So starting off just a little slow, Tatsunoko and Librarian. Obviously Librarian is going to be your first piece of the puzzle with this deck, just to grab you those draws you need to be able to keep up with the combos you need to be making, and all the draws you need to get that end goal of triple Omega double Trish. Absolutely insane. But I think this time he's just going to end up trying to go for Trish at least twice. That would be the most optimal thing, is just going for the double Trish, because as you can see, I've exhausted all the cards out of my hand, trying not to have him be able to go into the Omegas and screwing me over even more by knocking more cards out of my hand. I'd rather just top deck at something and see what it does me. You got Norden, Ancient Fairy Dragon, debating on what to summon off the Norden, I believe. He's going to summon Plague Spreader. Plague Spreader could allow him to go for a... Actually, not too much, actually. Norden, if he could bring back a level 1 tuner, it would help. Could make a Baxia, or he can make an Omega if he can bring back a level 1 tuner with the Ancient Fairy Dragon. If he had a 3, he could make another 7. A 1 would be a 5, obviously. I'm kind of helping him out here with his plays as well, because this match was just for fun in order to start off with, and he was still learning the deck. So I'm like, you know, why don't you just bring back Tatsunoko? You can get that Level Eater in your hand to the graveyard. You can make an Omega, and he doesn't need to use the thing's effect anyways, as is. And he'll just start attacking. Omega over Shark. Yazi's going to go over Teus. I draw 1 card for turn, and he's going to knock it out of my hand anyways. It's an Effect Veiler. Very, very bad card right now to have. I mean, I'm going to Veiler the Librarian obviously, as the smart play. I have the Trite there just chilling, and the thing that sucks is that he can keep Omegaing during either player's turn. During either player's main phase, he can do that effect, and then it'll return during his standby phase. Both cards will return, the Mega and the card, to my hand. He's got Brilliant Fusion, is able to send the Ghost Ogre and Lapis Lazuli to the grave. He'll use the Omega to clear up some space. Knock the infantry out of my hand. I don't know exactly what I drew there, but again, I don't think it matters too much. I think I may have drew another normal summonable monster. I think I might have drew Dragoons again. Yep, I drew Dragoons and just attack into the Seraphinite. He'll lose that extra normal summon bonus. And another interesting thing about Omega is that not only can it take cards out of your opponent's hands, but you can use it for level eater fodder, and then when you need more room, you can just use this effect to get rid of it. Whether it be you're going first, trying to do the hand loop, or if you're going second and you just need room, like this, E-Telly for recover, level eater, the Yazi to make it 6. He could have gone Trish, but he's going to go Formula for the extra draws. He'll go Baxia, draw 3 cards in just that little section of combos. He'll spin back the Trite with Yazi. You can also use Yazi's other effect and destroy 1 card he controls, and special summon a level 4 or lower monster out of his grave. That effect is not when it's summoned. The spin effect is when it's summoned for every worm that he uses. So obviously, Yazi being the 1 worm that he used, he'll get a free spin. He'll summon out Plague by its own effect. Gonna opt to level eat something. Obviously the Ancient Fairy. We'll go for 9. Banish the Dragoons. Obviously I have nothing in my hand he can banish. It's already banished. He'll hit the Norden out of grave. I don't really have anything else in grave. And he'll just swing for game without having to make any further plays. But as you guys can see, Synchro Fusion is still a very viable deck. Even if it has to go second, it can still make some pretty powerful plays. And if you can't make a big enough first turn field to slow that down and prevent them from being able to do what they need to do, the deck can pretty much still win very, very fast, going second just as much as they do going first. And a lot of you may be thinking, well, it's probably 1 in a million to open up triple Omega, double Trish. That would actually be an incorrect statement. It is actually pretty consistent for the field it can make. I'd say you've got at least a 75% chance plus of making that first turn field. You know, not always getting the 5 cards, but 3, 4, 5 is usually the norm. And, you know, I don't care what deck you're playing. I mean, it's usually pretty hard to start your turn with 3, 2, 1, or, you know, no cards. You know, it's devastating enough when you drop a Moulin with a Herald or Moulin in lead and knock 3 cards or banish 2 cards out of their hand. That's devastating enough, but not starting with just 1 card is obviously just instant game over there, unless you top deck all 5 pieces of Exodia on 1 card, and then you can just be like, yeah, I win. But obviously we know that can't happen. At least not yet. Don't give Konami any ideas. Keep it quiet, guys. We don't want them to make cards like that. They're already making crazy enough cards as is. They've got enough stuff going on. Anyways, one last thing I wanted to bring up before you guys bounce is that I wanted to start a new series for Yu-Gi-Oh! Related stuff where it'd be test hands, doing test hands for certain decks, whether it be Fusionist, DDDs, or Atlanteans, any decks that I'm playing, just test hands with like solitaire hands, like play testing, like just, you know, draw first turn, 5 cards, you know, maybe do 3 test hands of going first, 3 test hands of going second, and just see what fields I can make. And I'll probably do live commentary if I don't suck at it. If not, I'll probably do post commentary. I won't just leave it blank and just put music to it. I'll probably end up doing commentary for that. So if that's something you guys want to see, before I go ahead and start recording some of them, let me know what you guys want to see down in the comments or on Twitter if you want to. You could hit me up on Twitter. I wouldn't care. That'd be greatly appreciated. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about that. Let me know what you guys think about the video that you just watched. Leave a like if you enjoy, leave the comments, like I said. And if you're new to this channel, do yourself a favor and subscribe. The support's greatly appreciated, guys. We're almost at 1,400 subs. Absolutely insane. Absolutely ridiculous how we got this far. And yeah. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, WinterKill signing out. We'll see you in the next one.